hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, we just finished going over 18, and 18 is a heavier chapter, okay? It's not all fun and games and everything. It's dealing with sexual immorality, okay? And basically saying, you're not to have any part of that, okay? The Egyptian people were like that. The Canaanite people were like that. You are a separate people. You're not to be like that. And the church is the same way today. It's not of the world, okay? So the church is to be pure, free from sexual immorality. The world can be like that, okay, because that's the world. Let's move on today to Leviticus chapter 19. We're going to read 1 through 8, and this is entitled Be Holy. And you're going to see God says, it's just reiterating, you are called people, separated people, you're to be holy, okay? The Canaanites are not holy, the Egyptians are not holy. The Canaanite people, or the people of Israel, are to be holy, all right? Let's read here. This is Leviticus 19, verses 1 through 8. It says this, the Lord said to Moses, speak to the entire assembly of Israel, and say to them, be holy, because I, the Lord, your God, am holy. That's why we're to be holy, because God's holy. We are trying to be like God, okay? Not to be like ourselves and be like the world. We're trying to be like God. So that's why we're trying to be holy. Verse 3, each of you must respect your father and your mother, and you must observe my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Okay, just some basic things. You need to honor your parents. You need to honor the Sabbath. That's just part of being holy. Verse 4, do not turn to idols or make metal gods for yourselves. I am the Lord your God. Again, basic stuff here. Don't be worshiping other things. If you're going to be holy, you're only worshiping God. Verse 5, when you sacrifice a fellowship offering to the Lord, sacrifice it in such a way that will be accepted on your behalf. It shall be eaten on the day you sacrifice it, or on the next day. Anything left over until the third day must be burned up. If any of it is eaten on the third day, it is impure and will not be accepted. Whoever eats it will be held responsible, because they have desecrated what is holy to the Lord. They must be cut off from their people. Okay? That's a harsh thing. If you do something like this, and it was a basic thing of eating the sacrificed meat, you've got 1 day to eat it. If you still want leftovers, you got one more day to eat it. Keep in mind they didn't have refrigeration back then, so the meat would spoil. Okay, so God's being graceful and saying, if you didn't eat it all today, you got tomorrow to finish it up. Okay, but don't be doing it on the third day. That's way too long. Okay, stuff is going to be spoiling. You're going to get nasty. And God doesn't say that, but we know that's what is happening here. And he's saying this basic thing. The rest of the world's living like that. They're eating the meat, 3, 4, 5 days, whatever. But you're to eat it just those first 2 days, okay? And you're set apart as holy, okay? And then it says they're to be holy. And if they're not doing that, just a simple thing of meat, they need to be cut off. So they are no longer Israelites, basically. So imagine you're an Israelite, you're from the tribe of Judah, and you're out there and you go, wow, we had a big cow that we killed. And so you eat it all. The first day you get full. Second day you go, oh, we got leftovers. The third day you go to eat it, and you go, wow, we got plenty of meat here. And you go and have it again. Well, you feel a little sick because you ate spoiled meat. And then also, Moses and the elders find out and go, you've been eating meat for 3 days here, the same meat. And so you need to leave Israel. And so you'd be kicked out of the nation of Israel. You'd have to join a Canaanite nation or something like that, because you're living as the Canaanites. You're not living as the God called the Israelites to. And so you'd be kind of excommunicated, how would you say it? Deported, really, from Israel, okay? They'd be like, oh, you're not a citizen of Israel anymore. You are a citizen of one of these Canaanite nations, all right? So that God was serious about that. He wanted you to stay holy. He wanted you to be very separate from the way the rest of the world is. And you know what? I go back to it. It's the same way in the church. The church needs to be holy and not living like the world. Okay, and I go back to Leviticus 18. The Leviticus 18, the world can do all kinds of sexual sins. The church is not supposed to be doing that. Okay, the church is set aside as holy, and they shouldn't be doing that. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Sorry to go back to Leviticus 18. We already spent 4 episodes on that, but it's fresh in my mind here. So, hey, thanks for walking with me in the Word daily, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Leviticus. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.